to have been invited to this World Nutrition Summit to invite you to share with me and with each other this brief moment of acknowledgement of the duress and the suffering and the courage and the generosity and the professionalism that you and your colleagues have brought to this ongoing crisis of the pandemic. And the leaders of the World Nutrition Summit really wanted to have a moment to acknowledge this, the human level of what you and your colleagues worldwide have been going through. Okay, so this is going to be a personal moment. It's fine if you want to turn off the camera and be private. It's fine if you find yourself getting emotional. We're not going to dive right deep into traumatic places. We're more going to focus on witnessing. And what I care most about right now is going on supporting and giving back up to your dignity, individually and collectively. So let's just take a breath, if you will. Take a breath with me together. And let it out. I know you're involved in an intense summit here and another one. And let it out. Great. And then just have a gentle stretch. You know what is good for your body. Just stretch your body for a moment in whatever way feels good to you. Great. And then, and I'm going to keep my eyes open now so you can tune in with me and my eyes at any moment if you wish. But if you want to close your eyes and bring your attention inside, that's fine. So just take a moment to feel into the chair or whatever you're sitting on that's supporting you. Let your weight root down through your sits bones. Yeah. Rest in there. Feeling the connection, the contact also between your feet and the ground. Yes. Now with your imagination, becoming aware of all the other people, the colleagues, the health workers worldwide who are tuning in or will tune in to this moment. And imagine them side by side with you in a big, big, big circle across the globe. These are people who, though of course they're different from you and they have different ways of articulating probably what they're doing and why, I imagine it's fair to say that there's really a shared ethos between this group of people and all the others that aren't here but would or might like to be here, about caring for humanity and caring for the well-being and the wealth of the health of humanity, the wealth which is the health of our people, both locally, nationally, and globally. So just feeling into the solidarity and the comradeship of these colleagues, both known and unknown. You might even imagine that you can really feel them shoulder to shoulder with you, standing, sitting together, standing for life, with life, standing with and for our humanity. and then sensing into all the cohorts of in the world of health workers who are not on this summit, who also share that intention or that mission, that dedication. And just feeling the space, the circle get wider and bigger. All these colleagues sharing this dedication. So you're not alone, even though I'm sure sometimes it feels like that. Then, if you will, to remember what it was that made you choose, you, specifically you, individually, in your biography, in your life, made you choose this profession. What was it? The impulse, the inspiration? The purpose behind what you're doing. And rekindle that in yourself. Give it breath, give it space, give it honor, give it recognition. The wider, deeper, personal, and maybe universal commitment and dedication that your work is aligned with. And a breath together. Beautiful. And of course, you're not probably the age now that you were when you first made that step. So update that sense of mission or purpose if you need to. Right now, articulate it to yourself just in a few words or an image. Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. If I had a hat, I would take it off to you in this moment. Respect. Okay, so here we are in this circle, each of us having clarified at least a little bit what this is about for us on a deep level in terms of our own lives. And as the days and weeks and months and now even year or years of this pandemic roll on, we're really aware, when I say we, I mean the World Nutrition Summit leaders are really aware, as I'm sure you are, of the duress of this relentless wave of need and suffering and mortality and death that many of you have been faced with. And if you're not a frontline COVID worker, of course, your frontline, whatever your speciality is, will also have been affected and made much more dire by the pandemic. So let's include all of us, all of you, health workers, just acknowledging the level of suffering and loss and death and difficulty for those who are ill and their families and networks that you have been in touch with. And yet remained standing. So just now witnessing that suffering, not needing to jump into it, just saying to it, yes, I see you. I see you, this suffering. I acknowledge this hardship, which is out there, but it's also likely also in here. I see this. I acknowledge this grave situation that I acknowledge this grave situation that you have been in and still are in many cases. And if you will, let's breathe in together. And then on the wings of your out-breath, just sending well-wishing for those who have died and for their families. And another one, just sending good wishes for those who are ill and their families. And another one, on the out-breath, well wishes for all who care for those who are ill and those who have died, and their families and your families. Ah, beautiful. And then one more breath, and this time on the out breath we're going to let that focus dissolve. And then just say to yourself, and I'm still here. You can say that silently or adapt it or don't say it or just say it with me. And I'm still here. And then aware of this circle of your colleagues, known and unknown, we're going to say, and we're still here. And we're still here. And sensing that worldwide solidarity of this shared sense of service and dedication to the well-being of humanity. Receiving that support and giving your support shoulder to shoulder in your imagination to this wonderful, strong and stretched circle of people. Yeah. And on behalf of myself, my family, my network, and I would be so bold as to say millions of other civilians worldwide who I know are so grateful to the dedication, professionalism and care of those in the health services worldwide. I want to say thank you. Thank you for all your self-sacrifice, all your pulling it out of nothing when you're exhausted over and over again. Huge gratitude. And if you will, bring your hands to yourself and just give yourself a hug for a few moments. In whatever way feels right to you. Okay, and if this little journey with me has been useful, you can return to this in your imagination. Remember it, and you will go on being resourced by it, but also resourcing that circle. So just remembering that image